Welcome to the Sunset Archon channel, where we aspire to game from night to first light. And today we are playing more Zenless Zone Zero, version 2.1. And today we're just going to be doing more of the various events that are currently active. And I expect this to be around a 3-hour stream, but I had to take my Switch in for repairs yesterday. Because the battery indicator is not cooperating, just extremely erratic, bouncing around from 22%, 75%, to 46%, to 100%, to 1%. Yeah. So I was taking that in for repairs, and hopefully I hear something about it today. The place I took it in for repairs has always been very good, very speedy with actually giving me details as to what could be wrong in the first 24 hours. And a lot of the times they've actually been able to fix issues in a day. So if they do call that and say it's ready, then I'll be ending the stream, heading out to get that, because there are still Switch games that I would like to continue playing here on the channel, but I also managed to download my save of Mario and Luigi Brothership onto the Switch 2, which is something I wanted to do to begin with. So we'll be able to continue from there if necessary, and also see just how well Brothership version 1.0.0 plays on the Switch 2. I don't believe there is any upgrade pack for Mario and Luigi Brothership, but there could have been optimizations made in a update for the Switch 2. But we're not going to do that. We're here on the channel. We see how far we can take version 1.0.0, if we can actually complete the games from start to finish without the need for an update. Because as I keep saying, these update servers are not permanent, nor are they obligated to be. So it's good if a game can be played from start to finish without an update. Not so good if there is a literal hole in the game that prevents progression, whether it's absolute or if you do a finite set of actions in a specific order that just completely soft locks all progress. That is not okay. And saying, oh, we'll just patch it, does not make it okay. Alright, with that out of the way, let us jump right into the stream. I did want to do some signal searches, however, I have the problem of having too many W engines. There we go. And the sad thing is it only lets you recycle 100 at a time. Of course, this game is written, I assume, in C# and Unity. So of course, either that or C++. But either way, it needs to be a finite number of slots. But if you ask me, if it is seriously asking you to to recycle W engines when your inventory is this big for them, it really should allow the recycling of more than just 100 at a time. Especially given how many 3-star W engines you're actually given in relation to how much they want you to signal surge. Alright, we're almost to a reasonable amount for this type of W engine. Alright. That's enough. And I'm trying to get Alice's W engine. Alright, I'm sure I can make use of that. So one more, and then we continue on with the quest we left off with. Come on, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Practice perfection.
Bear witness, you had an could. Don't frighten me like that.
So right now I have Weeping Gemini on Alice, and that is actually pretty good. Too many fusion compilers, though. Right, that is a problem, isn't it?
Don't frighten me like that.
So now we just gotta farm for a light amount of materials. Nice. Yes, I have a lot of materials to work through. So, a while ago I just decided to not sell anything, not craft anything, and just collect materials in the exploration part of the Sweepian Temple gameplay, just to see if I could reach the limit. And also see if the limit was 999,999 materials, because they're selling them at that one store in intervals of near 10,000. or even 100,000. Then I find out that one of the material sections that I have went well beyond 1 million. So now I am, it's not really a commitment, but I do want to see how high these numbers go. Both the numbers for the raw materials and the numbers for how much of these constructed items I can have at once. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun project. If only for the sake of curiosity. No. 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 Oh well. Alright, that stuff is taken care of. Alright, let's wipe them out.
Weakling. Exactly what I was looking for. It's over.
Again. We need 30 of the highest modification pieces.
It's over. Weakling. What's over?
One moment. There we go. Alright. So I have updated from OBS version 27.2.4 to OBS 31.1.2. So functionally everything works fantastic now. Just had to make a few modifications to my sources and scene collection, but all of my plugins are working now. I'm just trying to get the UI pieces in the right location because there are a lot of changes to that. Overall, it's good, but there's still some fine-tuning to be done.
It's over. Weakling. Concentrate.
Almost there. Three, two, one.
Weakling. My blade is already sheathed. I will overcome.
I think this was meant to be an increased difficulty, but I just have it down to a concrete set of motions that I need to do.
It's over.
Alright, that's more than enough. We can just craft the rest of the larger ones out of smaller ones.
Bear witness to the noble principles of the Timefield family.
And conversion gain. Fantastic.
Don't frighten me like that!
Alright, good to go now. Back to the fantasy resort.
Hope you have a wonderful holiday with us.
Yes, I'm a real person.
Welcome to Fantasy Resort.
Someone's screaming! What's going on?
Let's head over and check it out.
What's that? Looks like something's happening over there, too!
Yeah, these are quite obviously plants.
You saw the painting! Don't be scared, Alice. Just stick with us. What's going on? What are these? Have you guys seen anything like this before?
No. Nobody would put something this disturbing in a resort.
I don't remember anything like this either. Let's get rid of them first. I think quite a few customers are already freaked out by them. Honestly, I'm not feeling so great myself.
Huh? It's right there. Why can't I touch it? Impossible. Something must be wrong. How could this be? I always thought Willis was just spreading rumors. But if these things don't even exist physically,
Hologram
then
projector.
that means...
Miss, please stop. There are guests all around watching. You're the manager. Anything you say right now can make things spiral even worse.
Everyone stay calm. It's too early to jump to conclusions. Let's focus on handling the situation. Monato, please help calm down the guests in this area and get them settled in their rooms or somewhere safe. Iji, take Therese back to rest.
Okay, I got this.
Miss, take a breath. Here, come with me.
And then Wise, Belle, and Alice. Let's... Wait, Alice?
Oh no, Alice can't handle scary stuff, let let alone facing these head-on. She's passed out standing up.
Alice? Can you hear me, Alice? If you don't answer, I'm cutting your bangs into a weird side part! This balloon! This painting! And this plushie! There we go. I knew that would snap you out of it. Easy now, don't be scared. They won't hurt you. I can't! This is horrifying! They're completely asymmetric!
The screaming and freaking out are so genuine.
Huh? It's the asymmetry that's bothering you?
Asymmetry is terrifying! And they're scary too! Lies! Belle! Yuzuha! Please! Just get rid of them! I'd love to, but they don't have a physical form. Wait, what?
They just vanished. But we didn't even do anything yet. What's going on?
Yuzuha! Didn't you say this place wasn't haunted? No physical form? Vanishing into thin air? That's totally ghosts! It's okay, Alice. When I first came here to check the place out, I didn't sense anything supernatural at all. But now this is happening, which means...
So you're saying there's something else behind this so-called haunting?
Yup. As a veteran of Spook Shack, I can say with certainty that most urban legends aren't really supernatural. As for what they actually are, well, that's what we're about to find out.
I've evacuated the guests and did a quick sweep around the area. No sign of anyone suspicious. What's the plan now?
Thanks, Monato. It's getting pretty late, and without any leads, we're not likely to make progress tonight. Let's call it a night and get some rest. I hope this incident won't cause too much trouble for the resort tomorrow. Yuzuha, Belle, I'm scared to sleep alone. Can you stay with me? Sure. Sorry you had to go through all that tonight.
Alice is still in shock. Belle, would you keep her company tonight? As for me...
Wise, you seem scared too. You good, bud?
I'm good. I'm totally fine being alone in my room.
I can't believe how fast the haunting rumors spread. We worked so hard to turn this place around. If this keeps up, it could scare people off all over again.
Looks like we need to get to the bottom of this ASAP. Monato can hold down operations at the resort for now. While he's handling things, we need to figure out what's really going on. If we keep dragging this out, who knows if we'll even be able to make the music festival happen?
Yuzuha, do we really have to investigate the haunting? Can't we just let Mr. Arnold handle this?
Milady, last night you hugged Belle and me so tight we almost passed out, and now you're getting cold feet? By the way, do you always sleep at home hugging a plushie on each side to keep things perfectly symmetrical? Besides, Mr. Arnold must be busy with all your family matters, right? Stuff like this is exactly what Spook Shack is here for.
But all those places you took me to explore before were just false alarms. This is my first time seeing a real haunting. So asymmetrical, so terrifying. Ghostly objects with no physical form right before my eyes.
Alice, calm down. Remember what I told you last night? Most urban legends
Aren't really supernatural?
You got it. Actually, I didn't finish the whole thing. As a new member of Spook Shack, you should hear it all. Behind every urban legend lies something unknown in this world. The truth behind these unknowns might be man-made, supernatural, or even a brand new truth nobody's discovered yet. But no matter what it is, it belongs only to those with courage. Only those brave enough to face these tales have the right to uncover the truth. Pretty cool, right? That's exactly why I love ghost stories so much.
Did Monato join Spook Shack because he was moved by that speech too?
Huh? Of course not, 'cause I just made that up a couple days ago.
Just when I was starting to feel a little inspired, and you were totally messing with me.
Sorry, but judging by your look, I think you're ready to join the investigation.
To be honest, I'm still a little scared. Those paranormal objects really shook me up. But if I'm with you guys, maybe I'll find the courage to tough it out.
Perfect. Then let's kick off step 1 of our investigation. Have fun! Enjoy the vacation! Focus on boosting the resort's popularity and make the most of this summer!
Are you for real? This barely sounds like an investigation anymore.
I think I see where you're going with this. You're planning to wait it out for now.
Bingo! Whether it's a real haunting or just someone playing tricks. If you look at how the resort's popularity has tanked, I'd say it's not hard to figure out what's going on. But right now, since we don't have any solid evidence to work with, if we could recreate the supernatural incident one more time, we might be able to push the investigation further. As for how to make that happen...
If we keep bringing people in like usual and minimize the fallout from the haunting, the ghost won't be able to stay hidden for long. Sooner or later, they'll have to show themselves again.
But if something like this happens again, the resort's popularity will take an even bigger hit. Are we really just going to sit back and wait for the next haunting?
Of course not! Before the ghost makes their next move, let's talk to Therese and the others and see if we can find out what really went down at the resort in the past.
A mosquito landing on thin air. Yeah, that's definitely suspicious. And so is Willis. Alright, I have an idea of why Three Gates wants to acquire this resort.
Something feels off. But what exactly?
What's on your mind, Alice? Want to share?
I'm sorry, Wise. You came to help me clear my mind, and I've just been lost in thought the whole time. I was just wondering, what exactly is the true nature of those ghosts? There's this strange, unsettling feeling of deja vu that I can't shake. Yuzuha is right. Only those brave enough to face the supernatural have the right to uncover the truth. Everyone at the resort deserves to know that truth. I don't want to be the trembling little bunny, cowering in fear of the unknown anymore.
Deja vu is a signal from our subconscious. Don't ignore that feeling. The answer might be hiding in the everyday things around us. Alice, let's hold those thoughts for a bit. Look over at the horizon. I think I just spotted dolphins.
Where? Symmetrical dolphins are the most adorable. Can you point them out to me? It feels like ever since I met you, Yuzuha, and Manato, everything's been changing.
Does change make you uncomfortable?
Change means the unknown. It means losing something. Just like ghost stories. It scares me. But now, I see it differently. It's not too bad. Every day I spend with you guys is a pleasant surprise, brought about by change. I feel like I might have said something a little embarrassing. Just don't tell anyone, especially not Yuzuha. Oh, and I think there's a whale over there.
What? A whale? Where?
Come a little closer, and I'll tell you. It looks like something's happening again.
Alice, are you alright?
I'm fine, but there's something else that's been bothering me.
I knew it! Projectors.
Alice, this is...
Huh. A holographic projector. And it looks like it's the latest model.
Called
It
it.
can create hyper-realistic, full 3D images. The incorporeal ghosts and the objects we saw, they're just illusions projected by this thing. For someone trying to fake a haunting, this is honestly kind of pathetic. But with the power to stay invisible, it managed to trick us all.
I see. Since no one could spot the source of the projection, everyone thought these holograms were supernatural. But how did they manage to make the projector invisible?
Wise, You were the one who gave me the idea. On the ship, you said, "Deja vu is a signal from our subconscious. Don't ignore that feeling." So I started thinking carefully about where this deja vu feeling was coming from. Figuring out the holographic projector part was easy. The real challenge was finding out how they made it invisible. Until I realized we've seen something like this before. That's where the deja vu came from.
I got it. The drones Grace sent to help us with the Aqua Blaster ride.
Drones? Now that you mention it, we did see them appear and disappear right in front of us. You think it's using the same kind of tech?
As far as I know, New Eridu doesn't have any stable technology that can make objects fully invisible. But if the drones can go invisible for short periods, there must be some new tech I haven't seen before. So I'm guessing that same technology was applied to the projector. Even though searching for invisible objects with paranormal images right in front of me is still terrifying, at least I guessed right.
Good job, Alice. Thanks to you, we're finally uncovering the truth. Now let's get in touch with Grace and confirm it.
I'm here! That holographic projector you mentioned. Mind if I take a quick look?
Please, we'd appreciate your input, Miss Grace. We're trying to find out if these projectors use the same tech as the drones you brought.
You're right. They all have the same surface material. Chameleon coating.
Chameleon? Is that some kind of rare new material?
Yes. The military's been hoping to develop a new tech that can make weapon systems or combat personnel invisible. Defense contractors have been pulling their hair out over this for years. And chameleon coating was Three Gates military tech's solution, though it barely passed the bar. When sprayed on equipment surfaces, this material can achieve visual camouflage by blending into the surrounding colors through temperature control. But the problem is, it's not stable. Low temperatures, infrared exposure, even a little physical impact, any of those can instantly break the camouflage.
No wonder it only took one punch from Alice to knock the projector visible again.
Exactly. Since it's still full of flaws, the material isn't usable for actual military applications, which is why Three Gates Corp hasn't made it public. They're currently working on fixing these issues, and that's where Bellabog Heavy Industries comes in. Ben struck a deal with them at a friendly price, and I received a batch of chameleon to help them test and improve. That's the story behind the drones.
Thanks for explaining. So, since this invisibility tech is flawed, it hasn't hit the market yet, right?
Other companies might have struck deals with Three Gates Corp like we did, but I'd say most of the material's still in their hands.
I see. Looks like we finally unmasked the ghost.
By the way, on my way over here, I overheard some people talking about hauntings. Judging by your reactions, is Three Gates Corp involved?
I'd say there's an 88% chance. We lack direct evidence and can't confirm if Willis's actions were ordered by the company. But at the very least, we know that there are hidden projectors scattered around the resort, projecting those creepy images.
Well, I can't sit back and do nothing. Sweet Pea's been under a lot of stress lately, and both Anton and Ben could really use this break. No way I'm letting their precious time off get ruined like this.
Miss Grace, could you lend us a hand? Finding the other hidden projectors might take a while, but something you just mentioned gave me an idea.
That's a brilliant idea! Leave it to me. I should be able to take care of it in no time.
Thank you. Wise, can I borrow your phone for a moment? We'll be right back. You and Yuzuha just wait here for a bit.
Sure, no problem. But I'm curious, what exactly are you planning?
Obviously, we'll fight ghost stories with science.
I can actually see the projector. All right, 2 down, 2 to go.
Think you can beat my surf speed record?
Oh, wow.
And that's the whole story. So there's no need to worry about any so-called haunting now. We've recovered all the projectors that caused this mess.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I always knew there was nothing wrong with the resort my father left me.
Miss, here. Take this handkerchief to wipe your tears. Everyone, thank you for stepping in to help during such a crisis. And now I'm almost certain 3 Gates Corp is definitely behind all of this.
We were one step away from taking over the resort, but right when we hit rock bottom, we managed to bounce back. Of course he's doing everything he can to interfere. Those stupid minions he brought to cause trouble were probably just a distraction to keep us busy while his other lackeys snuck around installing these projectors everywhere. After that, they could control the hauntings remotely without needing to stick around. No wonder Minato didn't spot anyone at the time.
No, we can't. Not yet. We've checked all the surveillance footage from the resort, but none of them caught Willis's men in the act. Willis is no amateur. A fox like him wouldn't leave obvious evidence. Having dealt with the resort for so many years, he probably knows exactly where all the cameras are.
And besides the chameleon coating, there's no other evidence linking these projectors to 3 Gates Corp right now. They could easily claim they had nothing to do with any of this.
To make them stop for good, we'll need to catch them red-handed. Even the slickest fox can't talk their way out when caught in the act.
But how can we know when they'll come back to stage another haunting?
It might not even be about setting up another haunting. Like I just said, Chameleon is still really unstable as an invisibility material. Willis is pulling tricks with a tech that's barely holding together. Anything unexpected could expose the projectors. And when that happens, the whole ghost story collapses. He must know the risks and has a backup plan.
I see. So you're saying that if something happens, he'll definitely send someone to retrieve the projectors.
I understand now. I'll update Mia and Helen on the situation. Willis's men might show up again soon, and we'll all be ready for them. We'll be there to support you guys when the time comes. Please, don't let them get away with it.
Of course. Leave it to us.
I think this is the first time I've seen these thugs without helmets on. Nice to know that they actually have faces. Time to beat him down.
What the hell? Where did these guys come from?
Not even close.
So you guys ever think about maybe, I don't know, giving up?
Give up my ass! I don't know how we got exposed, but
To me!
I don't think you're getting out of here in one piece either!
Public loss.
Beautiful.
Stay put and don't try anything funny. Public security's on their way.
Let me go! What did we even do to make you call public security, huh?
Let me think. Breaking into the resort store, malicious damage to property, assaulting staff, and wearing that asymmetrical helmet. I'd say that's plenty to press charges.
Huh? What kind of charge is that last one?
EJ and I searched these guys. Willis wasn't here, and none of them look like Three Gates Corp employees.
In other words, these guys look like a bunch of thugs who broke into the resort with no connection to Three Gates Corp. Of course, that's just on the surface.
Three Gates Corp? That huge company under Tops? And what's this ghost haunting business? I have no clue what you're talking about. Hey, listen. We hit the resort simply because you people ticked us off. So we're here to mess with the place. I planned it, they carried it out. That's all there is to it.
How much did Willis pay you? We'll double it.
Willis? Never heard of him. Don't know what you're talking about. We make our living with our own two hands.
That's enough. Monato, would you mind locking them up until public security arrives?
Yuzuha, are you still planning to use Denny's to turn them? To be honest, Spook Shack's in the doghouse in terms of cash right now.
I'm also a member of Spook Shack.
I can chip in if you need funding. It's okay, Alice. I was just feeling them out. Judging by their attitude, I'd say Willis has already paid them a pretty hefty hush fee. No point wasting time on them. Anyway, after tonight's counter-strike, Willis probably won't be making any bold moves for a while. As for whether these thugs will rat him out, we'll let public security handle that.
Does that mean we don't have to worry about more hauntings happening again?
The thugs Willis hired have all been caught. There's no one left to do his dirty work for now. Of course, he might hire another group of thugs, or even do it himself. But if he tries anything again, we won't let him get away with it.
The music festival kicks off tomorrow night. At least this time Willis won't be able to do anything. If our festival and attractions combo goes well, the resort's popularity should be in a pretty good spot after this.
Although this is good news, it's a shame that after all the chaos these past few days, the whole haunted resort thing has blown up all over internet. This kind of negative publicity is already doing some real damage. But hey, it's still way better than when we first opened, back when nobody wanted to come at all. Thanks to all of you, the resort's finally back on track.
MP, don't say that. Honestly, I'm already really happy we've gotten this far in such a short time. At least now, even with the ghost rumors, we can still keep the resort running.
Oh, right. Speaking of which, I've been scrolling through internet posts these past few days, and it seems like people's opinions about our resort are starting to shift. Hold on, let me pull it up. Look, since the hauntings were just spooky but didn't cause any real harm to people, quite a few paranormal enthusiasts are getting super interested in the place. Let me see. Wow, you're right. There are even posts calling us a must-visit summer hotspot, with guides on where to take the best photos. What on earth are these people thinking?
Aren't you the same, my lady? You say you're scared of ghost stories and supernatural stuff, but deep down you're dying to run into some spooky events yourself.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, what if we flip this whole haunting thing around and use it as a publicity stunt to attract more visitors?
It might even help offset the negative press we got the past couple days.
No, let's just end it here. I don't want to use something like this to make money off the resort my father left me. MB, could you help gather all the holographic projectors we've recovered so far and hand them over to public security? Alright, let's shift gears. Time to help Alice and Yuzuha prepare for tomorrow night's music festival.
Right. Thanks, everyone. The bands Mr. Arnold invited will be here tomorrow for rehearsal, and we've already pushed out all the ads. Though, with the budget we've got, it's only a small promo campaign.
Leave all the preparations to us. Now that everything's back on track, it's time to share the wonders of summer with all our guests.
Belle and I will help too. Let's make the most of it and spend an amazing summer night together.
We got this!
Summer. If only it could last forever.
That's a ton of ghost images. What's going on?
What? How is this possible? Why are there so many haunting images?
Didn't we hand over all the projectors to public security last night? What kind of dirty trick is Three Gates Corp pulling now?
We'll figure that out later. Right now, there are too many of these projections. Most of the visitors are completely spooked. We need to collect the projectors now and get the visitors to safety ASAP.
The performers and staff have all run off in a panic. We must hurry. Let's split up.
Where are you all rushing off to?
Willis, you again. And behind you.
New Eridu Broadcasting, Throne Quarter TV, Redo Media. Basically, I invited all the major mainstream media outlets in New Eridu.
So the whole city can watch this haunted circus you deliberately set up?
Careful what you say. We're live across the city right now. I just heard Fantasy Resort was on the rise, so I decided to spend a little of my own money to bring in some big media coverage. Just trying to help you out with a little PR, that's all. Oh, but what a shame! Looks like we picked the worst possible time and ended up broadcasting your resort's biggest mess for everyone to see.
I can't believe you have the nerve to say that. Everyone watching, please listen to me. Everything you're seeing right now was created by hologram projectors. Our resort is not haunted. And the one who orchestrated all of this, turning it into a haunting, is none other than this department manager from Three Gates Corp.
Oh my. If you want to accuse Three Gates Corp, shouldn't you at least have solid evidence? You can't throw shade at us just because the projectors happen to be coated in our new material, can you? Speaking of evidence, I've actually got a video that proves my company has nothing to do with your resort. In fact, it was your own people who installed the projectors in place to fake the haunting. That's your resort's bamboo, right? Forgive me for not disclosing the source of this video, but it clearly shows that this bamboo did everything on its own. We had nothing to do with it. I believe the people can see it for themselves. You fabricated this whole haunting nonsense, traumatizing customers who trusted and visited you. And then you had the nerve to turn this around on me. That's what really happened.
MP, how could this be? You've been with us since Father was still alive. You would never do something like this. Right, MP? Huh? Where's MP?
Come to think of it, I haven't seen MP around at all since this morning.
I bet it's already left town. Bamboo's actions. Master takes the fall. As the resort's managers, shouldn't you give the audience and your guests an explanation?
Damn it! Where did MP run off to at a time like this? What should we do?
Monato, can I leave this to you too?
You want us to keep the media busy? I'm not a pro at this, but I can handle it.
Are you planning to retrieve the projectors and find MP?
MP disappearing at a time like this is suspicious. We've got to find it and get to the bottom of this to clear the resort's name.
Go! We've got things covered here.
Okay, we'll be back soon. Do you think MP might be somewhere it usually hangs around?
No, maybe it's not that simple. Let's ask around first.
Oh no. Don't tell me they cloaked MP. A Bangbu Wanderer. You can keep the ether batteries, just please don't arrest me. Not turning you in, but I do need you to stay and be a witness. No, it's fine, it's fine. At least you're faithful to your role. Ah, jeez.
MP? Are you okay? Can you hear us?
This is awful. They sprayed chameleon on it and did it so carelessly. Thankfully, the seawater hasn't caused any irreversible damage to its core yet.
Empy, calm down. What exactly happened last night? Can you tell us about it? So last night when Mia mentioned the ghost stories were well received on Internet, you thought about using it to the resort's advantage?
Your face looks like you're about to bite someone, little bunny.
Is that how I look right now? You're not much better, Yuzuha. Your hair's practically standing on end.
Empy, you've done great. We'll take it from here. We'll settle the score with the bad guys who tried to ruin our summer.
Wise, got any ideas? From what MP said, it sounds like Willis didn't leave any evidence behind this time either.
No, he didn't. But this time, he's going down. He crushed every bit of hope we had just to sabotage the resort. He even went so far as to leave MP invisible in seawater to make it malfunction. We're heading back, and we'll make him pay for what he's done.
I'm impressed you managed to find this troublemaking Bangbu. What's with all those wounds on it? Don't tell me you beat it up to appease the guests.
MP! Those wounds! What happened?
Willis, you did this, didn't you? MP is just a little Bangbu! You bastard!
Guys, when you finally get your shot at revenge, you can't just say something weak like, "You bastard." Alice, show them how it's done.
Huh? Me? Alright then. My name is Alice Timefield. For the sake of Fantasy Resort's reputation, for MP, and for everyone's hard work that you tried to trample, I will push you into an utterly asymmetrical abyss of despair!
Alice, that asymmetrical part was kinda unnecessary.
What exactly are you getting at?
In short, you brought in these invisible holographic projectors, caused chaos at the resort, and even tried to kill a Bangbu. All of this is being exposed to the entire city of New Eridu, live on camera.
And here I thought you had something important to say. How ridiculous! In a lawful society, you can't just throw around accusations without evidence. Especially when you're accusing 3 Gates Corp.
I've been meaning to say this for a while now. You keep dragging 3 Gates Corp into every conversation. What are you? The CEO's secret illegitimate child or something? This isn't about them. We're accusing you, personally. Stop hiding behind the company's name.
That doesn't change anything. I already checked with public security. Those thugs who trashed the resort were just some gang. What does that have to do with me? And this Bangbu's injuries? How is that my problem? Show me the evidence.
Willis, you think you've got everything covered, leaving no loose ends. But you're wrong. Destroying MP's camera wasn't enough. All Bangbu units have built-in visual recording systems. For someone running a cutting-edge tech company, This should have been obvious. But you've turned into nothing but a greedy snake who'll do anything for your own gain. I'm not surprised you underestimated MP and completely forgot what Bang Boo are capable of.
Visual recording system, huh? Interesting. And? You did remind me of this feature. If I remember correctly, only the Bang Boo's master and Marcel group have the authority to access those visual recordings. And if I'm not mistaken, this Penguin Boo's registered master was Teresa's deceased father, wasn't it? The fee for changing ownership isn't cheap, so you've never officially updated the registration. As for Marcel Group, once you submit a data request, it'll take at least 1.5 years to hear anything back. I'm honestly curious. How exactly do you plan to get your hands on this Bang Boo's recordings?
Master, I detect a long-awaited opportunity for me to shine. Enter the command, "Please help me, Your Excellency Fairy," and I shall execute the following action. Convert Bang Boo's visual recordings into video output. Master, it seems like you're in a situation where verbal commands aren't convenient. I've gone ahead and sent the recordings to your phone. Please don't forget to shower me with extra praise later.
Okay, these are the visual recordings stored inside MP.
Well, you've got some skills. If what you're saying is true, that someone attacked this Bang Boo, then the visual recordings must have caught it. Maybe it was one of those leftover thugs from yesterday's gang. You should hand over the recordings to public security and let them sort it out. That'll wrap things up for today.
Still trying to play dumb, Willis. The gang you hired to do your dirty work were all caught yesterday, with hush money for hired thugs being so steep and the risk of exposure so high. There's no way you could have lined up another crew in just one day. Given the situation, don't you think it's far more likely you took matters into your own hands and attacked MP yourself? I'm going to play back the visual recordings. I heard that you love hearing yourself talk. Why don't we give all of New Eridu a chance to hear what you were mumbling at the end?
Wait, don't! I spent a fortune hiring those thugs and they were totally useless. Got themselves caught just like that. Thought this worthless resort was a lost cause. But who would have guessed, just wandering around here, I'd stumble onto such a lucky surprise. This dung Bang Boo even set up the projectors for me. This'll work. Just gotta wait till daytime when the place is packed. I'll project all those terrifying images, and the resort will be doomed for good. Smash the camera, then get rid of this Bang Boo. Why is it so heavy? Whatever, I'll just leave it invisible and let it rot in the sea. This time I'll finally drive this place into bankruptcy and take it for myself. I've been waiting for too long. Midsummer Inc.'s research data must be hidden somewhere around here.
Yep. It was all under the assumption that there was research data here. Nope. This is a completely separate venture.
Got any more excuses? There's no such thing as a voice-changing ribbon in New Eridu, you know?
Wait, everyone, please, let me explain. This video doesn't prove anything.
Citizens of New Eridu, I apologize for taking up your valuable time. As the corporate spokesperson for Three Gates Corp., I would like to make an official statement regarding this incident. Willis, former R&D division manager at Three Gates Military Tech, has been terminated and permanently blacklisted due to his malicious interference with Fantasy Resort's operations for personal gain, causing severe damage to the company's reputation. Willis's actions were entirely his own and have no connection to our company. Regarding his unauthorized use of our newly developed technology, we will pursue legal action accordingly. further details, please stay tuned for our upcoming press conference. Thank you for your attention.
As expected of Tops, they never miss a beat when it comes to cutting ties. Must hurt pretty bad, huh? Being abandoned and backstabbed by your master?
If you'd just handed over the damn resort from the start, none of this would have happened. All I wanted was to get my hands on the research data hidden here. To use it for promotion.
Watch out. Looks like he's about to do something crazy.
Now that my career and my life are ruined, none of you are getting out of this in one piece!
Ladies and gentlemen, not only was peace never an option, going quietly was never an option either.
I should have leveled this place from the start! Would have saved me a ton of trouble!
Remember the soft touch of sand.
Hard anyway, so why beat around the bush? Blow it up! Blow it up! And why did you get to go on vacation? Did you even know the pain of spending summer boozing with the higher up?
I'll handle this. But take...
Once this place goes boom, I'll head over and blow up 3 gates! Make myself the boss!
This man, has he completely lost his mind? This must be the weather. He probably got heat stroke or something. Let's give him some herbal tea leader. Yeah. At the beach, Alice Timefield is unstoppable.
Everyone, thank you so much. I don't know what crimes Willis will be charged with, but without him around, I think the resort is finally free from all the nightmares.
I've already repaired MP's body. Thanks, everyone. It's just a shame about the music festival that we had planned for tonight.
Yeah, it's a real shame. But the bands and staff all got spooked and ran off. No matter what we say, they won't come back now. We've got no choice but to put the music festival on hold.
But Yuzuha, weren't you really looking forward to it?
No worries. I feel like I've already spent one heck of an epic summer with you all.
Actually, I might have a way to save the music festival. I could ask a friend and see if she'd be willing to perform here. Since Spook Shack was running the show, I figured I should leave the planning to you guys, so I never brought it up before. But what do you think about having Astra Yao perform here?
Astra Yao? You mean the Astra Yao who's perfectly symmetrical from head to toe except for her leg and armbands? Wise, how do you know her? I love her.
You better be clear about this. Do you love her for her songs or for her symmetry?
Yuzuha, how rude of you!
Of course it's because of the music! I'm not just some classical music snob, you know. But Wise, I can't believe you can get Astra Yao on board! Looks like there's still hope for turning this music festival around. Could you contact her right now?
Wise, we've already got some friends staying at the resort, and now we're inviting Astra. Why don't we invite the others to come along too?
Great idea. In that case, let's set up a video call with them.
Wise, what's up? I just wrapped up a commercial shoot. Now heading to my next gig. Hello, Wise. I just started my learning how to say no to debriefings and everything else training. Did you need something?
Yeah, B. You just don't want to go to the debriefing, do you? Wise, I just finished work. Are you at a resort?
Proxy, I thought you were video calling me for something important, but look at that! A whole screen full of familiar faces. As for what I'm doing, let's just say PubSec doesn't need to know.
Hey everyone. Belle and I are at Fantasy Resort, and there's gonna be a beach music festival tonight. Would you all like to come to the resort and join us? So, Astra, I have a favor to ask.
Performing at the music festival, right? I'm done. I'm heading over there now.
Huh? How did you know that?
But don't you have another gig coming up?
I was watching the live broadcast earlier. You looked so cool standing up for the resort. The next gig was just some private show for Top's bigwigs anyway. I already asked Eve to cancel it for me. I watched it too. So my say no training is over now. I'll head over with Yanagi and the others. I knew you wouldn't forget about me, Proxy. The Cunning Hares watched the live stream and we're already on the way. But first, let me check. All the resort facilities are free, right? Or at least we get the friends and family discount? Yeah?
I didn't catch the live stream, but the case I just handled was connected to your resort. Last night, some gang members were transferred to us from Throne Quarter. They were being particularly difficult to crack, so I was put in charge of the interrogation. I couldn't get them to spill either, but when Jane heard about it, she said she'd handle it. Just now, they confessed everything about their shady dealings with Willis from Three Gates Corp. He'll probably be spending quite a long time behind bars. I'll come over with Qingyi and the others. We could really use a break. Wise, you handled this case brilliantly.
Thanks, guys. See you all tonight at the resort.
Wise, don't end the video call yet. Can I have a quick word with Astra?
Of course. What are you planning to say, Yuzuha?
Everyone, I have an announcement to make! Tonight, I'll be performing at the Fantasy Music Festival, so get ready for some incredible magic through music! If you're interested, come meet me at Fantasy Resort. Let's make this the most amazing summer night ever!
You actually came up with that on the spot? Yuzuha, are you some kind of genius?
I wonder how much it would have cost to get this kind of media coverage the normal way. Bet Willis never saw this coming. All that effort he put into getting media to trash us ended up working in our favor. The music festival's hype is gonna hit an all-time high! So, Alice, how are you liking your first summer since joining Spook Shack? Huh? Me? How should I put this? Nothing went according to plan at all. Everything was total chaos. Just one scare after another, and I barely got any chance to relax. It's completely different from what I had in mind. But I loved it. Honestly, it might have been the best summer I've ever had.
Don't you want to try our Aqua Blaster ride? Hope you have a wonderful holiday with us.
Welcome, everyone, to Fantasy Music Festival! Let's make this a summer night to remember! 绽放吧，像是斑斓的繁华，在最喧闹的初夏，抛下雨伞等待大雨落下，未来总在迷雾之中所不作答，寻找吧，命运交织的火花。
The holiday is almost over.
Summer's ending already?
Not over yet! As long as we're together, every night is one to remember this summer.
Alright, so in terms of the event minigames, there are still quite a few things to go through. But also some permanent rewards. I kind of figured that Willis just wanted research data. when I heard about this. He just seems like the kind of guy that makes assumptions that a resort is just a front for some kind of secret research into military tech. No, it's a genuine venture. Probably never guessed the research wasn't here at all. Everything he did was for nothing because Father had already hidden it deep in a hollow. There was a hidden compartment in the bracelet your father left you. Inside were 2 small clips of paper, each with a hollow coordinate. Hollow coordinates change all the time.
If you have any questions or need anything, just let me know.
Let's do something summary together. Oh, but no scary stories.
Higher anomaly proficiency, okay. Better crit rate, though. This is just a good opportunity for me to see the difference between my Alice and Trial Alice.
Let's do something summary.
I'll put this numbers.
I wish.
Let's start ready and waiting.
Oh, got a new ghost story to share?
Yeah, still some work to do here.
Where are we going? There's no class today.
Wanna see?
Need some?
Huh?
Wanna hear a summer story? I can't wait to hear the sound of the sea. Let's just wanna bear witness to the noble principle. I would.
Officer Asset, eradicate all evil. My blade is ready.
Let the games begin.
I'll handle this. But take place.
You're all riddled with flaws.
My blade is already sheathed.
I'll take you.
Feel the sea breeze. Winter strikes to score.
Here to assist. My blade is already sheathed.
Let's ride the waves! I leave them. I'll take this chance to score. Round and round.
Everyone's after the research data now.
What brings asset eradicate all strike?
Ooh, not even close. Not going to deal with you individually. Apologies.
It's over.
Feel the sea breeze. Blink your strikes to score.
Oh, wow. Teresa's wish as a child. Oh, a diary. So he really did leave this resort for his daughter, specifically. No ulterior motives, no hidden research. Just something she'd enjoy. Alright. So now we just have 16 more entries. All of this and this, but I'm not going to work on that stuff now. At least I got another hamster cage pass. And we're going to do another 10 pull for Yanagi's W engine, because right now she's just using one of the many fusion compilers I have. Alright, let's see if our luck's still good. Eh. Alright. What's next?
Feel free to explore at your own pace.
Now let's try some of the blue items.
So unprofessional. Neutralizing the threat.
We fight together.
Ambush. I'll take over now. Precision strike. Initiative.
Press the advantage.
I'll take it. Watch it.
Your journey ends with me. We fight together.
Looks like you found the replica relic I reverse engineered using the data from work.
So this is the experimental prototype you made based on the Institute's data.
Yup. Do you remember what I told you? The Institute seems to have used Geppetto's data to develop a new type of etheric coagulum in their hollow research lab. The end product of these experiments resembles the relics of powerful ethereals, but we can't confirm if those experiments used Geppetto's samples, so I labeled them replica relics. If the Institute can make it, I can too. However, aside from the ones I left in the hollow, other similar relics you might encounter during your exploration actually come from the Institute's hollow research lab. I'm certain they function just like my replicas, so you can consider them the same thing. Unfortunately, we don't have much info on Geppetto, so I can only speculate on the effects of the etheric coagulum based on my own data. Follow-up experiments are needed to confirm finer details.
Follow-up experiments? Are you suggesting that I use the etheric coagulum during my investigations and see how it affects my performance in combat?
I apologize. It might sound a little risky, but that's precisely it. Please, do not worry. We have studies that confirmed the relics of ethereals can affect hollow combat. My experiments simply swapped the data source to Geppetto. And I've personally tested them in the hollow to the best of my abilities. Still, it's not zero risk. If you're really concerned, forget I said anything. I can finish the remaining experiments myself.
No need to be so tense, Ray. If we're testing our theories on Geppetto, we need to find out what the Institute is hiding. Even if you didn't ask, I'd still bring them along with me in my investigations to verify their effects.
All right. Thank you for trusting me. However, I do have to warn you. Although it is very likely that the etheric coagulum will work against Geppetto, there is also a chance that it might negatively impact your hollow exploration. If you've decided to take some with you, just be careful.
They just couldn't help but put a slot machine in this. They just had to put a slot machine in here.
This is the Lost Void. What are you all doing here?
We could ask you the same. Since you did help open the bunker, we won't question your motives for entering Hollow Zero. Got that, independent investigator? Or should I say, Hollow Raider? Either way, you better mind your own business. If you're smart and keep it to yourself, we could even help each other out the next time we cross paths. But if you can't take a hint and insist on poking your nose where it doesn't belong...
Well, you're the ones trapped in there, not me. You have no proof of identity, and you're threatening me, a law-abiding independent investigator. I'm sure Captain Roland would like to have a word with you.
Don't make me laugh. What we're up to is way above Roland's pay grade. That thing lurking around here is only one of our targets. Anyway, please kindly butt out and get lost. Otherwise, you may end up tangled in the strings of the puppeteer. And you'll be stuck wandering here until you turn into an ethereal.
Ambush. The best defense is a strong offense. Final warning.
My pleasure. I'm unstoppable!
Great hit! Securing the perimeter. Perfect teamwork.
And the winner is me!
Heads up. The best defense is a strong offense. Get to safety. Your journey ends with me.
I pledge my honor!
Great hit! Just finishing the job.
What
Watch and learn.
Rocky, Woody, Rocky!
I'll be point. I knew it wouldn't be so easy.
I'll save you.
All right, game on.
I pledge my honor.
Solid hit!
Just finishing the job.
Watch and learn. Let's make way for the undefeated champion!
Halfway there.
The ethereals here haven't changed. Their attacks are well organized. Clearly, they're still under Geppetto's command. How are things on your end? Did you encounter anything unusual?
What do you mean by unusual? I did encounter some annoying and incompetent mercenaries and a broken extraction tower.
Mercenaries. And an extraction tower. Oh, that's right.
I was forced into combat and had to fix a broken extraction tower. That's not right, is it?
Oh, sorry. Let me explain. After going through the Institute's data on replica relics, I suspect that they've known about Geppetto all along and collected loads of data from it. But neither the Institute nor the military has tried to take down Geppetto. On the contrary, they're letting the ethereals roam the Lost Void under its control. So they must think Geppetto's well supervised, and don't see a reason for drastic measures. Those mercenaries you ran into were probably hired by the Institute to check on Geppetto regularly.
You make a fair point. But if they come here regularly, how did they get trapped in the bunker?
That's because the situation with Geppetto has exceeded their expectations. Like you said, the etheric extraction tower was destroyed. Whether by sabotage or not, the ether currents clearly affected Geppetto and the ethereals it controls. Geppetto and its subordinate ethereals lost control and launched an unprecedented attack that overwhelmed the mercenaries. Their planned routes and tactics have all failed. They had to take shelter in the bunker and got stuck until you found them.
So Geppetto has always been under the Institute's watch, which means the replica relics should work against it, right? I guess that's good news for us.
We can't say for sure yet. For now, the Dark Wall is on the back burner. Our top priority is Geppetto. It was already strong, let alone a Geppetto that's gone berserk. One thing is for sure. You can count on the etheric coagulum, whether it came from me or leaked from the Institute's lab. After collecting enough replica relics, I can already predict Geppetto's movements through the changes in ether activity. Let's keep tracking it. But do be careful.
I'll manage things.
Home run!
Securing the perimeter. The best defense is a strong offense.
Great hit!
Just finishing the job.
Watch and learn. Make way for the undefeated champion!
Don't even try. Your journey ends with me.
Good morning, Glitchy.
Everything's under control.
Welcome to Absolute Pandemonium.
Watch and learn. Make way for the undefeated champion!
Onward to the next stage. Hope you're doing well today, Glitchy. Defeat as many enemies as possible within the fixed time to earn greater rewards.
Nothing slips through my defenses.
Final one.
Neutralizing the threat.
Doing great, just finished a badgeless run of the TTYD remake and registered for your next year of college. That's wonderful. Yeah, badgeless runs are no joke. Alright, Ray, what do you got for me? Next up on the chopping block, I need to replay Deltarune. Still haven't beaten the Roaring Knight. I have only played Deltarune's first chapter, and that was when it was first announced. I actually downloaded the demo on PC. I really enjoyed it, and I did get Deltarune for Switch, and also Undertale, but I feel like playing it on Switch, it's kind of hard to time dodging with with an analog stick. That might be one game I'd want to use a mouse with. Okay. Increase days. Alright, here we go. Final battle. You've 100% both Undertale and Deltarune on computer and Switch. And yeah, the keyboard and mouse is more precise. And we're fight Geppetto.
Your journey ends with me. The best defense is a strong offense.
I'm unstoppable!
And the winner is me!
Nothing slips through my defense.
Geppetto is leaving. We have to go after it.
Sorry, I'm afraid I'll have to ask you two to stay here. What happens next is none of your concern.
Are you going to stop us? Why don't you go sort out that bunker access first?
Is that the military bunker? Shall I get in touch with Captain Roland for you?
You?
That's enough. Let me speak with them.
Understood.
I didn't know you had backup to swap in mid-conversation. Sorry, but our investigation of Geppetto is none of your concern.
Please be patient. Apologies for our previous discourtesy. It was our mistake. We only recently learned that you're... In any case, as an exceptional independent investigator, you have the right to know more about the situation. Please trust in our goodwill. As long as you don't push further into Hollow Zero, we can provide you with all the information you want, plus more useful tools like the replica relics. Furthermore, as a token of our apology and respect, we will also provide you with another piece of information before you leave Geppetto's territory.
And what information is that?
Have you ever considered that powerful corrupted entities might not just be an act of nature, but rather something created by people?
What? Who are you? And what exactly do you mean?
We'll leave it at that. If the opportunity arises, I'll be in touch. Oh, and one more thing. I've received your weekly report, Miss Ray. A poor QA engineer has been distressed about your hypervigilance on the Institute's data security. So, based on his suggestion, and in light of your contributions investigating Geppetto, you have been granted extended clearance. You don't need to trouble your bamboo to write reports anymore.
So yes, that question, yes, I have thought about that. That such heavily corrupted entities are not the result of nature, but by human intervention. There are certain thresholds for mutation that are not easily reached in nature. So, when you find multiple entities like this, heavily mutated, beyond these thresholds, you would obviously think that there is some external force producing these results. That applies to Geppetto, Nevea, and all the sacrifices. Obviously the sacrifices are man-made, but you get the idea. If you find one mutation in the wild, it's shocking, but it leads you to investigate how it came to be. But if you encounter multiples that you can actually define as not the same entity each time you encounter them, then yes, you start to wonder what in the world is going on and where are they coming from. Not why do they exist, but where are they coming from? Yes, always the human interventions. And it's never good when you have a mystery superior. The puppeteer of the Lost Void has finally revealed its true form. But whether it truly possessed the intelligence to control ethereals, or is it a product of an experiment or someone's hidden schemes, everything remains inconclusive. The Hollows never have an obligation to be honest. You're right about that, but at least they're honest about not having that obligation to be honest. The Hollow is not two-faced. It will always try to mess with your head. Now, as for its description, the puppeteer of the Lost Void has finally revealed its true form. As you saw when I beat quote-unquote Geppetto, it was pulled back into the void by what looked like puppet strings. So, in the grand scheme of things, I think what we fought was, again, just another avatar. Granted, a main avatar, and then all those ethereals are under the influence of Geppetto. But my point is, we have not fought the actual body of Geppetto. Just a proxy, so to speak. Which also explains why this mystery superior is trying so hard to keep us away from the wall inside of the Lost Void. As more content gets released for Hollow Zero, it's gonna get a lot more interesting.
Thanks to you, the Institute gave me access to the files that were classified. In a hidden directory, I saw another familiar name along with Geppetto, who, by the way, is now back under the Institute's watch after you defeated it.
Let me guess. Nineveh?
That's correct. As expected of my most trusted independent investigation team captain. All it took was that one hint from my, mystery superior for you to connect the dots. Powerful corrupted entities created by people. That's unsettling. At least we've got more time now to unravel these mysteries. I'll contact you as soon as I have more information, and we can investigate Hollow Zero together again.
Of course. Feel free to contact me anytime you have news. I can't get what they said out of my mind.
Right, there's one other thing. I think I mentioned before that our outpost is planning to renovate. Following the Geppetto going berserk incident, the outpost has finally started demolishing its hangar and logistics station. They should be removing the last bit of the metal frames right about now. If you're interested, you can head to the observation deck to check out the view now. No matter how many times I see it, the fractured land in front of Hollow Zero still weighs on my mind.
And that is Hollow Zero from the outside. Alright, let's see if there's more for us to complete. Yep, Phantom Path. Alright, Zero File, Miasma 1.
I can help you ward off which alias should I use this?
This is the path I follow.
I'll protect you from any What brings you here?
Where are we going? Don't frighten me, please. I'm all ears.
Now I can actually choose my own team with relative comfort.
You must be Ishwan Shifu. I've heard a lot about you.
Captain Roland. I remember you. You're the Defense Force Liaison at Scott Outpost. What brings you to Swabian Temple today?
It's about the outpost. We recently rescued a number of independent investigators from Hollow Zero during a routine patrol. They were all exhibiting signs of miasma exposure.
Miasma? How peculiar. The presence of miasma has greatly diminished since the fall of the old capital. I've only seen it in Lemnian Hollow in the past few years. But if it's manifesting in Hollow Zero, that certainly is unprecedented.
We had some researchers from Waifei Peninsula check the investigator's condition. It turns out that the symptoms were indeed caused by miasma corruption. It was not some coincidence or shared delusion of any kind.
Well, the line between what's real and what's imagined is often far thinner than people would believe.
Huh?
Let's get back to the matter at hand.
The independent investigators had all the proper gear, compliant carrots, clear routes, the works. But they wouldn't give us any credentials, ID, or explain what they were doing in Hollow Zero. Since we didn't have proof of them breaking any rules, we couldn't force them to tell us the source of their carrot. So all we could do was plan out routes based on the locations where we rescued them, and investigate from there.
I see. So what is it that you seek from me?
The route we're taking next is in close proximity to the Lost Void, and not many investigators are qualified to go that deep. I heard that you have a way to effectively suppress miasma. We were hoping you would join us in this investigation.
I've consulted the divination. The key to solving this matter lies not with me, but with one whom I will encounter on this trip. The signs suggest that we may still find what we seek if we set off now.
Really? In that case, now's the perfect time to go.
Not quite.
Oh? How long should we wait then?
The most opportune moment was yesterday.
Then I guess we'd better get moving. Do you need to inform your disciples before we depart?
This is but a small errand. No need to trouble them.
What about the talisman you'll use to suppress the miasma? Don't you need to prepare those?
Rather than preparing the talismans beforehand, I think we'd better play it by ear.
Alright, let's see what we got this time. I'll take the ability to automatically dodge. And reduce the decibels required to launch an ultimate. Oh, that's why it's not opening. Alright, let the games begin. Combat coins.
Your weakness has been exposed.
Combat gear.
It's over.
Done.
Hi. You must be the help that Captain Roland mentioned?
Correct. And since you've yet to insult me, I presume you're Orphe?
Yes, that's me. Sorry, she doesn't feel like talking right now. I'm not the best at analysis, but let me give it a go. So we've located a few coordinates. There was the one from earlier, and
I'll take it from here. I'm sure Captain Roland has already filled you in about the miasma victims we found in Hollow Zero.
Yes. The ethereal we faced just now was clearly spawned from miasma. There's no longer any doubt. Miasma has clearly taken root in Hollow Zero.
I knew it!
I told them that ages ago. I can't believe those higher-ups are bringing in outside help. What are they thinking? We could have handled this ourselves.
Hold on. The whole miasma thing is already bad enough. And now suspicious investigators are showing up in the Hollow? We can't just...
Whatever. Just finish what you're saying and let's get moving. All this time we've wasted talking to her could have been spent wiping out another wave of ethereals.
Oh, I'm okay.
Anyway, we're trying to figure out a pattern to the victim's coordinates and see if those locations can be traced back to the source of the miasma. But the coordinates we got don't exactly match the areas where the miasma readings are the strongest. What do you think? Should we keep chasing this lead?
With just the 4 of us, it's unlikely that we'll be able to pinpoint the flow of miasma. I suggest we split up and follow the coordinates of those suspicious individuals.
And this is what I've been looking for. Decibel limit is increased for all squad members. And once again, ethereal bodies have yet to despawn. They're also on fire, but I think that's my fault. Time trial. The faster you defeat enemies, the more gear coins you will earn. Was that fast enough? I'll take this. This. And this. Refresh. Take this. This. Refresh. And finally take this. We got everything we need.
Over. Lovely. Military bunker access instructions. Fragment. This access panel is for Defense Force military bunker use only. In special circumstances, when the gate is closed, it will enter an alert state. Anyone who attempts to force the gate open during this phase will be attacked by defense machinery. Special Circumstance 1. Detection of ethereal or other hostile units entering the bunker. Special Circumstance 2. Detection of multiple open and close commands issued to the same access panel within a short period of time. Special Circumstance 3. The detection of other malicious attempts to damage the access panel. Special Circumstance 4. And it just trails on. The rest of the text is blurry and illegible. How could they use such an outdated defense protocol for such a crucial bunker? Okay, no wonder it's in alert state. To think my cause of death would be got myself trapped in an abandoned bunker while running away with my tail between my legs, couldn't open the security door to escape the hollow and gradually turned into an ethereal being. A blast crawler. It jumped through the gap between the iron doors and exploded. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Okay, so those doors are...
I made it right in after my first attempt. Correct choice. The door wasn't locked without triggering an alert.
You saved me. Thank you. Thank you so much. If it weren't for you, I would have died here in the Lost Void. All for a few measly dennies.
To risk one's life for money is hardly uncommon. But surely it wasn't just a few measly dennies that led you all the way here, no?
Yeah. The pay is pretty good. But given your abilities, you probably don't need any.
Why don't you tell me how much? Huh. Wow. Heavens, that much? I'm so jealous. Quick, tell me, who's your employer?
Huh?
I mean, why don't you tell me what brings you here to the Lost Void?
Okay. You did save my life, so I've got nothing to hide from you. My teammates and I risked everything to come out here and mine a rare type of ether crystal. Our employer always provides us with carrots and gives us marked routes to follow. As for what those crystals are used for, we've asked before, but they've never given us a straight answer.
So, your employer discovered a hidden vein of ether crystals here in the Lost Void.
No, not exactly. Each time they send us out, they give us different carrots and destination coordinates. We never really know what the paths are like until we're already en route. And honestly, there were even a few times when it felt like we ended up in the exact same fissure as before. But I remember the crystals hadn't been there the last time we passed by.
A mobile crystal stalagmite formation. Interesting. And what about miasma? Did you or your companions ever encounter any? Or perhaps any ethereals spawn from it?
Miasma? What's that?
Okay, let me phrase it differently. Have your coworkers been having any unusual dreams lately? Perhaps about suddenly making a fortune?
No. But they did mention they'd been dreaming lately. One of them dreamed of the fall of the old capital. In the dream, he missed the Defense Force's request for veteran backup due to a comms failure. And so, he evacuated his whole family early enough to make it safely to New Eridu. Another dream, she was given a perfectly accurate carrot route. She entered a companion hollow alone, and was able to save the dog that had been with her for 10 years. To be honest, I also had a dream. I saw my sister. Never mind.
I know what you encountered now. As for what happened in your dreams, I won't press you further. There's no need to reopen old wounds. Once you get out, remember to take some time and learn about miasma. But for now, give me a copy of the carrot you used on this trip, and... take this. You should leave as soon as you can.
You're from Yunquay Summit? Then, here, take this. I'm never coming back to this place again, but this is something our employer gives us every time. Consider it a sort of special supply. Maybe it'll be helpful to you, too. Or perhaps it'll give you some clues?
Over. Weakling.
Victory, the only option!
My blade is already sheathed. I swear on my blade. Weakling.
Yep, the selection of gear and Resonium make attacking so fluid.
Ishwan Shifu, did you manage to find any leads?
Yes, those victims you mentioned were not investigators. They were hired to enter the Lost Void and illegally mine ether crystals.
Ether crystals? I mean, sure, if that's what they're after, I get it. Ether crystals can be refined into ether energy. But even the ones in Hollow Zero aren't much different from those in any companion hollows. Why risk everything to come all the way into the Lost Void for crystals?
There's only one way to know for certain. We should see for ourselves.
You mean, you know where they were headed?
I happened to encounter one of the miners. I asked her a few questions and acquired her carrot. If regular ether crystals aren't worth all the risks, then her employer must be seeking something far more rare, something that moves on its own.
Moving ether crystals? How is that even possible?
Is it so unbelievable? The Hollows are teeming with countless moving ethereals, fissures, and hollow raiders. Is it really so unthinkable that one or two of those beings may like roaming around while carrying ether crystals?
Really? You don't find it strange?
Every person, or ethereal, has their own ambitions. But those fake investigators, they knew nothing of miasma.
Okay, I see. Then what are we supposed to do now? Are we really going to chase some walking ether crystals through the hollow?
The woman I encountered, her being stranded may have been an unexpected incident to her employer as well. She gave me a useful supply item, and assuming nothing has changed, her carrot should still be working.
A supply item? What kind? Hold on. I think I've seen something like this before. It looks like gear from Rusty Cliff. If she's with Tops, then yeah, it makes sense why she knows so much about the Lost Void. But the question remains, if it's just some fancy kind of ether crystal, why all the secrecy?
If this matter is entangled with affairs outside the Hollow, then it lies beyond my concern. But here in the Lost Void, I gave you my word. So I shall do all I can to help you gather more clues. If the connection between this incident and miasma turns out to be a mere coincidence, then I shall have my disciples carry out a separate investigation. For now, let us head to the destination indicated by the carrot as soon as we can.
Where's the portal? Oh, that's why. Alright, good to go now.
Any last word?
My blade is already sheathed. Weakling. I swear on my blade. It's over. Purging slash. Weakling. My blade is already sheathed. Victory, the only option. Weakling.
Another double fusion. Alright, what are we fighting now? Sure, why not? Bring it.
Weakling. No room for mercy. You're done. My blade is already sheathed. Purging slash. Focus on the target. Flinky starts to score. For the time field name, I will never lose. Your weakness has been exposed. Here to dance. Inadequate.
The ether crystals here aren't the usual variety. And I can't really tell what's special about them either. Ishwan Shifu, anything on your end?
Just an ethereal who likes roaming around with ether crystals on its back.
Wait, so it actually does exist? Are you talking about one of the ethereals we just fought? But they didn't seem...
No. The ones just now were no different from the miasma-corrupted ethereals in Lemnian Hollow. But here, I see signs of a much bigger ethereal. A true large ethereal. The kind worthy of a dedicated entry in White Star Institute's exploration records. Not the weaklings we just faced.
So the large ethereal, does it have anything to do with the rare ether crystals here?
From what I can tell, it seems more like a traveler in a rush, leaving their luggage behind.
Then what about the miasma? What's the connection between the two?
Captain Roland, have you ever seen someone toss a coin into a wishing pool?
Of course, but...
From what I hear, you're one of the few academics in the Defense Force, and you're familiar with the many strange phenomena of Hollow Zero. But as for myself, I'm merely a newcomer. I cannot deduce the movement patterns of a large ethereal with only scattered crystal remains and traces of miasma. Your expectations may be a bit much even for a wishing pool.
Sorry.
The miasma readings in the area are still fluctuating. We should keep moving. As for the miasma, I'm afraid this is as far as we can investigate for now. The miasma here seems to share the same source as that in Lemnian Hollow. Those investigators were likely tailing that large ethereal. Their miasma contamination may simply have been an unforeseen incident. Whether Lemnian Hollow or Hollow Zero is the true origin of the miasma remains unclear, but if I had to choose, I would place my bet on Hollow Zero. There are too many mysteries surrounding the miasma. I can only hope there isn't another place in the world like Hollow Zero, a place that completely defies all normal logic.
Understood. I'll take some samples from these crystals and send them somewhere safer. I'll ask someone at the outpost to help analyze them. If there are any new developments, I will contact you immediately.
Okay, so there is another ethereal just wandering Hollow Zero. And this one actually has crystals on its back, which just brings back memories of the many giant turtle creatures that I have seen in video games, just having entire ecosystems growing on their shells. I don't think it's anything that large, otherwise they wouldn't have such a hard time tracking it, but got a bad feeling about it in the long run.
After the last investigation, Magus and Trigger had brought back similar ether crystal samples. I compared them and passed everything on to Ray.
That's right. Given that there have been previous encounters with another large ethereal, I decided to search the archives for any matching records on these crystals.
Any findings?
If we're talking about the Association's databases, then no, nothing at all. Luckily, Roland brought up that this might be connected to Rusty Cliff. And when it comes to understanding a big company, I reckon the best place to look is their financial reports. Ishu and Shifu, are you familiar with the scope of Rusty Cliff's business?
I'm afraid not. Please, go ahead.
Compared to a traditional mining group, Tops's Rusty Cliff has some unusual revenue entries. Part of their profits are attributed to an ethereal named Hoba. People used to think they profited from ethereals by just collecting samples from ones they encountered while exploring hollows, and then using them to produce precious relics or other hollow exploration supplies. But that kind of revenue should be pretty unstable, especially since HSO isn't supposed to let creatures like that roam freely in the hollows.
Unless those crystals are rare.
Exactly. If the real thing Rusty Cliff has been profiting from is some special kind of ether crystal they found on Hoba, then it all makes sense. Maybe Hoba simply likes collecting ether crystals, and the company just robs it all the time. Or maybe it nests in fissures where those crystals naturally grow, and they keep raiding its home for valuables.
Unfortunately, we don't even know what makes the crystals profitable.
We'll need more info to ascertain that.
What about the miasma?
Unfortunately, I searched every database I have access to for the keywords Rusty Cliff and Hoba, but I didn't find anything linking them to miasma.
So the miasma's just a coincidence? No, it can't be.
I agree. It's unlikely that Hoba and miasma just randomly cross paths in Hollow Zero.
Sorry, if there is nothing further, then I have something I need to tell you. I'm afraid other tasks require my attention at Yunquai Summit. As for the mysteries of Hoba, miasma, and those ether crystals, I shall leave them in your hands. Should you need further assistance...
If what we need is an outstandingly sharp and talented investigator, then I think we found the best candidate.
Indeed.
Hold on. You mean me?
You are indeed an excellent candidate.
My most trusted independent investigation team captain. I'll be counting on you.
There's no rush for the moment, though. I'm still trying to gain clearance for a related file. If I manage to get it, I'll be in touch right away.
Got it. In the meantime, I'll keep analyzing these ether crystals. Let's see what's so special about them.
Alright, that's all the Hollow Zero quests today. And that will be the end of today's Zenless Zone Zero stream. Oh sweet, I finally got to internet level 58. Yeah. Now we just got 2 more levels to go until I reach 60. So before we actually end it, let's just do one more 10 pull, trying to get this W engine. 3, 2, 1. No luck. Hey, at least we got 2 A's. Alright, that's it for real this time. Thank you so much to everyone who came to watch the stream today, and those who come to watch the playback later. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you want to see more Zenless Zone Zero streams and what happens next within Hollow Zero. And I will see you next time, and hopefully my Switch will be back in order soon, and we can start doing more Switch streams.